What are they after?
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna dock my pay.
What if I kill a few of them for you? Would you mind paying me a little bit extra if I get rid of them? And then you get paid a little bit extra for burying them. See, it's a win-win. Well, hello agents, and welcome to the Outer Worlds. Now, this is a game made by, was it Obsidian? Or one of the Fallout things. That's the reason I want to play this. It was when the Fallout was really good. So, let's just hop right into it. The poster, but I guess no.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber.
Don't they have a high risk of death?
Society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Top secret. Halcyon Holding Corporate Board. Hope to be left at the edge of the colony. Breach of Hope Security Core. There's a lot of cameras in here. Having trouble there, sir? Wanted by for crimes against the, are they gonna explain what type of crimes or
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
wait, how long were we left here? Hello. Name. Bignoss. Yes, Bignoss. Bignoss. Is the perfect name for him. I was the mascot of this ship. And now, I must escape. Sure.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Terra 2, orbiting laboratory.
Status, structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down.
Shit.
Hello.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? A bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take.
Okay.
Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes.
No.
Well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it
Maybe.
done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
Okay. What's... Oh. Okay. Bye, sir. Nice meeting you.
This thing working?
Sort of.
There you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Alright, I'm here.
Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Yeah.
I won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Does he have a gun on him? I'm kind of hoping he had a gun on him. Right, so that's how I run. That's how I super jump. Ow, I just broke my leg. Note to self, don't jump off steep cliffs. Animal! How I hit. I must... Okay, so that's how I heal. You alright, sir? 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 I'll just be taking that, Marauder. May I have whatever you're cooking? It doesn't look like you need it. Did you guys eat them? I am not here. I do not have weapon, so I'm not capable of fighting them. I said I'm not here! Idiots. They believed me. I really wasn't.
frozen for a while, there's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Okay. I want to eat one of you. Let me devour you. Is that weapon? I must have weapon. Weapon! Dang it. Oh, hi.
Hey, you, come here.
Alright.
You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings.
What happened to you?
We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
What's this about Marauders?
Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
I'll persuade.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. All Spacer's choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Let's see. Do you know anything about Hope? Where am I?
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Alright. I'm off. I wonder... It's telling me to. I have to. What do you have on you? Alright, inventory. Armor management. Alright. Anything else you have at your camp? Do you know where everything else is? Ah, never mind. I'll find it. Ooh. I have gun now. Sprats. So that's what they are. Tactical time dilation due to the comprehension stemming. Oh, so is this like my VATS or something? Sorry guys, I'm not here. Headshot. Oh, you're still alive? Oh, no. Okay, never mind. He bled out. Food. Hacking. Thank you. Thanks for all your stuff. Where'd the other body go? Oh well. Spacer's choice. Yes! I am coming for you. Come here, Marauder. Charge! Are you trying to stab me? That was the wrong choice, sir. Coming! You've been promoted. Alright, don't need to hear any of that. I'm taking all your stuff. Can I not loot some of you? Guess not. I'll put up my melee. That's their ship.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed!
Hello, mercenary.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
I'm not gonna tell him. I dealt with a few of these guys.
You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. Marauders. Bunch of addle-brained derelicts. I could round them up all by myself. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son.
That just sounds like you're lazy. I bet you could get these marauders to tell you where the owner of that ship is. I'll persuade.
Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. And it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Alright. Go ahead, guys. This is the best part. I'll just let them do all the fighting. Ouch. Was that it? I'll take these. Thank you very much. I'll take these. Oh, cool. You took one of these things down. Cannons. Light pistol. Might be useful. Thank you very much. I'll be on my way.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
Are you sure about that? Anything's valuable if you try hard enough. There might be a few more.
Intruders are not authorized to access the Unreliable's amenities, including the cargo hold's workbench.
Okay, where are you? Who's saying that? I'm gonna shoot you. Let me use it. Fine. Can I go in here?
All doors are on security lockdown. Nice try, Marauder. Marauder, please be informed the ship has no crew for you to murder.
Dang it! That's what I was hoping for.
Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
Yeah, but having me here is dangerous for you. Alright, I might as well try and hack your ship or something.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities.
Why?
Hello, please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
What are you gonna do?
Gesture
Self-destruct?
procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You realize
You
we're
are
grounded.
still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
Oh, that's sad.
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Even if I say please? He was meant to meet me when I
deduce
landed.
from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location.
Yeah, let's just say that. I'll just say he's
I
dead.
understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Okay, I might as well do a little bit of role-playing
Well
with you.
done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty.
Alright, so you want me to rob the
Power
place.
regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best
I
of
like that
luck in
name.
your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Alright.
The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain.
I understand that. I'll just head on out and go rob the settlement for you. Speaking of which, let's just take two of those.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
I'll lie.
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Take care. I feel like I might have to kill them eventually. Right now, I don't really have to. Ooh, is that a burger? I want burger. Let's go get burger. I got some meat to sell them if they need some. So, I guess now I'm a ship inspector. Yes, ship inspector. Well, hello, Marauder. I have knife. Do you like my knife? I only use guns on people with knives. I don't fight fair. Great, you didn't have anything. This resident didn't have anything. I'll do everything myself. Alright, get back here. I'm gonna slice your pretty little head off. I think I sliced a little bit more than his head off. I will be taking these. Now hopefully they fly into space and die. These animals? Beautiful animals. I like them because they're square. Oh, I wanted to see if I could break them. Up, up.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
I just walked. You clearly saw me. But in case you didn't see me, the tombstones or grave things were like that when I got here.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend.
How do you know I'm not
You
one?
talk too pretty for a Marauder. Most of them just grunt and yell. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Do they pay you?
I am employed by the Retirement Department of Spacer's Choice. That's fancy talk for working in the cemetery. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Yeah, it's a fancy title.
I earned that fancy title. Started off a lowly junior gravesite builder, then junior interment engineer. Oh, and I was a junior burial assistant for a time.
Alright, so you have to work your way to it. I want to talk to you about something. You lose a lot of people to Marauders, don't you?
Marauder's been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
What are they after?
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those Marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
What if I kill a few of them for you? would you mind paying me a little bit extra if I get rid of them? And then you get paid a little bit extra for burying them. See, it's a win-win.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
How long have you been
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the one... all my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
What's this?
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our gravesites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money.
Renting a
Money means
gravesite.
paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Do you want me to
Four
collect
workers
it?
still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Where can I find these
Conrad's
people?
got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
I'll be back. I feel like helping you. Yeah, it's a lot of work gonna have to bury all the people I kill, so... Might want to help you out a bit. I'm a nice person. Now where's the landing site? Ooh, shovel! I'll wait. Bit cartridge. I can't even tell what the currency is yet, so... Yeah. Bread noodles. Alright, heading in town.
They start asking you for some medicine, come tell me. I'll set them straight. Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Am I still I'm still wearing your guard attire. Why are you... Okay. Homeless. Hi.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Why not?
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
I don't mind.
I don't know which company you work for, but if it's Spacer's choice, boss can still write you up for fraternizing with an incompetent worker. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got. Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
You obviously need help.
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
It's a little late for that.
I'm glad you see things my way. And not for nothing. But I appreciate you giving me the time of day. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
Alright, I'll leave. Animal! Yummy! Food! Food! Alright, I'll leave your guys to your dinner. Ah, it's escaping! Let's just close that. Spacer's Choice Cantina.
You read the latest report?
I don't know you.
Good. I'm Bignoss.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Alright. Something going on here that I should know?
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you.
Good.
If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters.
Fine by me. Let's see what's on tap. Merchant skill. Do you need any meat? I'll sell you some food. I'm keeping the brew. Sell you the bananas, the apples, sauce, pre-sliced bread. Sell you all that stuff. Keep tablets. Costs a lot to repair my outfit. Okay, I'm leaving. Sold you some stuff and now I'm gone. Town leader. Some residents.
I'm feeling pretty low these days.
Hello, sirs!
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got him.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plague? Ah, shit. I had some of his salt tuna.
You moron.
Hold on. Task. Small grave matter. Stranger in the strange land. Find the power regulator.
The grease monkey.
I wouldn't do anything.
Seems we've got a guest.
Yeah.
Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
I'll wait till you finish.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
You must be town boss.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea
Yes,
about me.
so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
I don't plan on staying
I
long.
understand. Your business is your own. Nonetheless, you are welcome in our little outpost. Outsiders are a rare sight in the Vale. If you are a freelancer, then I have use for you. There is pay to be earned, or supplies to tide you over, as you prefer.
What sort of help do you
The
need?
sort of work for which I cannot spare my own people. I am in the midst of a difficulty, the resolution of which requires a third party. You. There's an old botanical lab, mostly abandoned now, but still eating up power from our plant. Power which our cannery sorely needs. I need you to go to the geothermal plant and reroute power from the botanical lab over to us. Simple as that.
You said mostly
I'm not
abandoned.
entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
What a surprise, I would never
I'm not trying
guess.
to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Tell me what I need to
My
do.
hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
Alright. You must have left town for a
That
reason.
reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
Alright, I'll see
My
what I can do.
dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson.
I don't mind tag along.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. Oh, hold on.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it.
I'm looking for a power
I can't
regulator.
just give you the cannery's regulator. The botanical lab's got one, though. Ripe for the picking, provided you shut off their power first.
Alright. Companions. Alright.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Alright. I want in. Go, 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 go. Flashman! Dang it. So,
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
we are out of his office. Is this whole building his office?
We better clear out of
Oh,
Mr.
fine.
Thompson's... Hey, mister, can we talk?
I was trying to talk to you in the elevator.
Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I can't blame
Life's
anyone.
hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
I suppose it won't
Thanks,
hurt.
mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Alright, let's go. Alright. Let's go. Some marauders. I have brought gifts of slicing.
That's the last of them.
Yeah. Oh, they died together. Makeshift pressure suit. +5 tech, 9 armor. Yeah, sure. Alright, let's keep on going. Hold on. Hello. I'm scary, am I? Stabbies. Can you deal with it? You in trouble? Nice hammer. Let's see. I must take everything. Four +5 melee. 10 +5 block. Let's go. I'll come back later for some more looting when it's actually more useful. You okay back there? You back? Miss? Miss Parvat? Okay. You okay?
Yeah, huh?
We'll talk later. Let's not mention what happened to you. Oh cool, I get a little... That's cool. Alright. Up to the botanist place. Any more marauders? Marauders!
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Let's just put away the gun.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I need some answers.
Huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
No.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Well, you sort
Enough
of,
with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Alright.
Much obliged.
I'll warn her about the whole power plant issue.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Yeah, do you have a self-powering thing?
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go.
I'm still gonna turn off the power.
So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why did you leave
It
it?
is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Huh. Is this your greenhouse?
The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you
The
managed to
soil
grow
around the
anything.
Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
You pooped on that, didn't you? Reed sent me.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asks you to consider coming back to the hills. I'll go with the blunt.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I need a power
Cannery's got a
regulator.
regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Which one affects the most people? I'll consider
I
it.
trust you will listen to your conscience.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
Yeah, I'm turning this place's power off. Vicar! Vicar! Vicar, I'm in your windows. Vicar! Hello? Vicar?
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Hello, Vicar.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto, at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
Really?
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So, what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
Well, I kind of assumed that.
The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
Interesting. Handsome sum.
It's a handwritten journal, A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Yeah, might as well. I'll look for your book.
If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
I wonder, if I turn off the power, will I still be able to come here? I'll turn off the power anyways, just because it affects more people, but yeah. Loader bots, carry me! They're not on. Beep boop. The landing pad.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month.
Can I have that gun?
I love the wind here.
What? Alright, there was someone here that I need to get money from. There they are. Sir, I am asking for your payments.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Silas King.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Are you okay?
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Gotta watch out for
That's
those
right.
mechanicals.
That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about.
Oh.
Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
I'll let you be. Like, I'll definitely deal with the mechanical uprising if it's over there, but yeah, if it's not there, I don't want to sign up for whatever you're doing. Alright, let's go talk to other people. Enter here. Don't mind me.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Curbside fees.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
That's kind of you.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said the guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family.
You're closest
Yeah,
living.
I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Yeah, I'm definitely turning this place's power off now. Rest his
When
corpse?
one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I'll let you get back to work. Whee! Oh, I didn't take damage that time. Must be getting stronger. Don't mind me, I'm just using the other exit.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson.
Pay your fees!
Never been healthier. Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
I'm not a marauder.
The reason you're running around outfitted like one of those monsters? Did Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Take it easy.
And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my domicile.
No, not that either. You still have to pay money. Gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
How long did you think?
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that.
Yeah, now pay up.
I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Why do you think I'm a freelancer?
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing by it. Wasn't trying to insult you.
Why would I be insulted?
Well, it's just you ain't one of us. A spacer, I mean. Stands to reason you got no company looking after you. Not your fault, though. Even freelancers gotta eat. And if that means they must scratch some bits out of odd jobs, who am I to judge them? At least you're not a deserter.
Nah. What kind of odd jobs are you
Couple
referring
hours
to?
out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Alright, you're not one of us. You're all fine and all that stuff. Now let's get to the illegal stuff. I'll do it,
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
It's ain't
I
off the
know
risk.
that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and broke me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
I'll leave you be.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
What?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
Yeah, he might actually be sick.
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
I don't want to know what's in his attic. What do you need these
I probably
for?
shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
That's not shady
I'm doing
at
right
all.
by the town, I'll tell you that much. You bring me that medicine and I'll see that it goes to the right people. That's all I can ask of you.
Very interesting. Hey up!
I could cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse.
So?
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company.
So do I have to pay you for that?
I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
He sent me.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
That's some quality drama.
Thank you, no. I despise the serials. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just get slices.
Not a bad
There we go.
idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea
clothes.
intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm
Give
open to
him your
suggestions.
clothes. I'll let you know if I think of
Much
something.
obliged.
Do I have something?
What can I do for you?
You sound like you know the two thing.
Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
No. Only if we use it loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon. And if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
Alright, I should go. Well, anyways, like, subscribe, all that stuff. This is Agent Owen, signing off.